Hello, my little munchkins, crones, and sunflowers. How are you? I hope glorious, but let's get to it. Well, you know we're doing the ultimatum, South Africa's ultimatum. So today, well, we already did the lead, and I said 1 and 2.
Yes.
But today we're going to go through 3, 4, and 5. So they don't tell you the episode, they just go because you know this is on Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
However, if you're not into it, please get into it. This is what we're going to do. Baby Crone and I had to be thinking like, how can we go through it? Because you can't remember everything. So we decided instead of us trying to tell you everything, we'll tell you what our pet peeves were.
Okay.
Or what our good things were. And that way, when you follow, you'll understand exactly what we're talking about. And I've been having people that's watching. It's very, very good. And before I go on, I want you to know it has sparked some things up in me.
Okay.
I'm going to tell you one of them. Well, 2. And you can have your own. Before we get started, I was under the impression by what I saw on YouTube is that African women don't have sex and they're not promiscuous, and they make fun of American women.
Yes, that's how they put it on the internet.
I also thought that South African men were the creme de la creme, and that they treated their women like the ultimate queens. On both accounts, I'm shocked. But I love it.
Yes.
But on another hand, the good part is I truly identify.
Okay.
I truly identify with your problems because it seems so blackish.
Yeah, I guess that's for sure.
It's a different black because it's not as raunchy, and it wouldn't, and because American men wouldn't take half of that.
No.
So in that sense,
it was refreshing.
It's like what American men used to be.
Oh, yikes.
Yeah. African men are like what American men used to be. And these African women, well, I think that they can go with the daggone, with the baddies.
Yes.
Because not all American women are like that.
Mm-mm.
So, I mean, I've seen a Karen on that show.
Yeah.
What's her name? Konya.
Yes.
Karen.
Yes.
Woo!
How fitting her name started with a K.
Yeah. So go ahead, baby. What you want to take and then lead us in.
Okay. Well, yeah, that's pretty much all that. I think that has to deal with all our pet peeves that we really have to talk about with these couples.
Do you have anything you want to say? Anything? All that you be talking. I guess it's good when we talking together, you know. About the American men, you can even elaborate on that if you like. Not pushing you, of course.
No. I don't think I have a comment on American men at the moment. However, I do have to say I find it very interesting that it's very unscripted.
It is unscripted. It is.
Yes.
I think it is.
Yeah, and it's just amazing to see how, well, I guess I did have something to say about the men, how they both respect their women. And
respect?
Well, not in the fact of like yelling at them and cussing at them and, you know, wanting to start an argument. I mean, yeah.
It's the way they fight with their women.
Okay.
I think that's it.
Yes.
I'm sorry, I had to help.
Thank you.
You like that?
Yeah.
You don't like it, you could throw it back.
No, I do that.
I think that's the difference.
It's the dynamic of how they fight with their women.
Yeah, because didn't somebody say frickin', what did they say?
Yes. Flip.
Then he said,
flip.
Oh, flip. Who said that? Noel?
Yeah, Noel.
Noel said that. Oh, flip. I just thought it was refreshing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't hear them. No, because I was going to say they didn't say anything derogatory, but I'm jumping. But Isaac did talk to Aiden about Ruth. And that wasn't cool. So no, I really thought that African men were superior to American men. So y'all need to stop going around judging a lot of American women. Not even a lot, because not all American women are like what they show you. So
Yeah, for real.
Just like not all African women are like what they show us, and you're South Africa, right?
Yes, they are.
So they would say, well, you all America. Yeah, but you got California America, you got Mountain America, you got Southern America, you got all different kind of Americans with different dialects.
Yes, that is very true.
Okay, go ahead. So I defended what I had to defend. I was just shocked that they're just men.
Yeah, and I also do not like the fact that these couples, I hate that they're doing this show. I don't think they
understood.
No, and several of them talked about it throughout this episode where they're just like, oh, the reality's really starting to hit me now. Yeah, now you thought about it. Now that your feelings are getting involved with somebody else, you're just like, oh, yeah. That's how I feel. But hey, I guess when it comes to that ultimatum, I do feel like even though it has its pros and cons, I do see the benefit of giving somebody an ultimatum, and basically you should be giving them the freedom to go out there and do whatever they need to do and not get mad about it because you guys aren't supposed to be together for these 3 weeks.
I think it's kind of good. I think maybe before a person gets married, they love each other. Maybe they should get 8 weeks where they go out and date and do whatever they want to do.
Okay.
And make sure that this is the one.
I like that.
8 weeks. Mm-hmm. This is 7 weeks. 8 weeks. And the reason why I give it 8 weeks, I would give it longer than that actually. But 8 weeks is because Tabby said, I think it was Tabby, or it was
blonde hair.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Tabby said it wasn't long enough. If I had a little bit more time. And for what's his name? Suka's guy. We have a hard time with the guys. Nick. We know Nick.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
Nick's girl.
Is
SZA.
Yes.
And I think that Nick needed a little bit more time with Courtney. Courtney was giving. If she had another week or two, I think that she would have started severely catching feelings. What do you think?
Yeah, that is true. Because after they had that physical yoga moment, which looked very bonding, actually, I did enjoy that idea. She was just like, I've realized I've been holding myself back, physically restrained. We did jump like an episode.
No, we didn't jump. You're gonna go back. I just wanted to just.
But she was talking about how now that she's allowed herself to get like more physical with him, she's just like, oh, I think I could give some more. Even she said, I wish I would have had some more time because it took me this long to let my barriers down, and now we're getting ready to change in like a week or so. And now I don't get the like.
They only had 1 week left.
Yeah, they only had 1 week left, so she didn't get to like bond with him like she could have.
So her whole 2 weeks was busted.
Yes, because of herself.
And she made a friend.
Yes, and she's the one that gave the ultimatum to her man. So that's the ironic part.
And he don't have nothing. He don't even have 2 wood nickels.
No,
because he couldn't even buy her a present at the end.
No, but he did.
And when the guy came to his house, he didn't even have no beard off him. That's a damn good shit. This show don't play. This show don't put up front. They have to buy their own groceries.
That is true.
I'm just saying.
That was hands down impressive about that.
There was nobody preparing their food. They had to go and cook.
You for real had to be husband and wife and have the finances and the whole
shit. Yeah, I don't know. They probably didn't have to pay for rent.
No, probably not.
Because if they did, Aiden would have been kicked out. Because when Libo left, mm-hmm. He ain't had that beard no more. No. He ain't had none of that until Courtney came. Anyway, go ahead. Yeah. I'm jumping all over the place. Go ahead, take us.
Okay. Mm. So back at episode 3, we got to see what couples were together, and don't worry, I got some pictures of the 2 couples together. So therefore, it's
and this is the match, and this is now they have matched, mm-hmm. And now they're going into it. Yeah. Now they're going into the match, and we're going to give you this all happened within about a week, I should say.
Yeah.
Okay, mm-hmm. Go ahead.
Yeah. So here, our first couple that we love so dearly is Ruth and Nola.
Love them.
Yes, they brought the drama.
I love them, and I love them together. My problem with Ruth and Noah was they had a beautiful relationship. And I don't understand why Libo wanted them to do this show.
Yes.
Because she was jealous.
Oh, yes. And
she was jealous. Mm-hmm. And she was spying, doing all this silly kitty stuff. And you know what? I don't even want to jump to the end. But she was just, to me, I think she was out of pocket.
Yeah.
And as far as go ahead, babe. I don't want to jump. I don't want to jump. Go ahead.
Well, to go on about that, even she has acknowledged the fact that she is insecure. So therefore, you're literally letting your insecurities fly wild. And that's why she says she can't control how she feels.
And this is the thing that bothered me more than anything, is that why are you so concerned about where he putting his PP? Okay? Because if you knew he was a cheater or a flirt, because why you have that in your head?
Yeah.
Why did you do this? That makes no sense to me. Ruth told you, and I hope Ruth learned the lesson.
Yeah.
And you can't always tell the truth, Ruth. Sometimes you gotta be quiet. Some people say they want the truth, but guess what, Ruth? There are Ruths and Ruths in the world. They can't handle the truth. You have to lie until you put them in an environment where you can tell them the truth.
Mm-hmm.
Or some people, you just never can tell the truth. That's truth.
Yeah.
They can't handle it. No, that's not true. Okay, if you thought your life was on the line and you knew if you told your husband this thing or your boyfriend or your girlfriend, whatever, and you said, and you know if you tell him he or she gonna lose it.
Yeah.
And you scared of them. Like you know they're gonna lose it.
Yes.
But you know they'll never find out. Why would you say something? You just say, I'll never do it again. Mm-hmm. I won't put myself, because for the rest of my life, as long as I'm with this person, I'm in hell.
Okay. I like
because
that.
That's my punishment. I don't need him to be punished. I made a mistake and I forgive me. And because I forgive me, I won't do it again. But I got to live with this out the rest of my life until one day he may be too old, or maybe he blind, or maybe he lame, or maybe he found Jesus, or maybe he became a Muslim, or maybe he became a Jew or Buddhist, maybe, and he's in a different frame, and now I can sit down and tell him. Or maybe I may never have to, because maybe I have to live with that for the rest of my life, and that's my punishment. So trust me. And if you don't agree, well, I learned it in philosophy. It was one of those philosophers that taught that.
Yeah.
So it's real. You can't. Mm-mm. If I thought that I'd tell you a truth and it would cause you to do damage or severe, it's best for me not to tell you. Who am I saving?
Exactly.
Myself. I'm trying to get rid of my own guilt. So because I feel guilty, that's how Ruth felt. Mm-hmm. She felt guilty, but it was her own guilt she felt.
Yeah, because she enjoed the time.
She enjoyed it. So why did she bother? Because she was so afraid that Nola was going to say something. I thought they were brilliant. I got a lot to say about Ruth because I think that Ruth treated Nola wrong. These are my opinions, and you are definitely to share yours. Go ahead, baby Crone.
Yes, but they are really enjoying their company. And actually, you know what, Ruth? I am sorry for you on that one. You told
which one?
On how she told the whole honest truth, because I understand you guys had done it once, but then when
she had to reiterate it.
No, what made it worse was she was like, we didn't have sex once, we didn't have sex twice. I'm like, well, dang, you just basically telling me you messing with my man like almost every day, I bet. And now you're just gonna think I'm supposed to be okay with that. I'm speaking from Levo's point of view. And Levo just like could not handle it.
Well, she knew. I guess, with nipples showing up, smiling at the window,
She felt
walking
violated.
in the house. I guess she was not afraid.
Just that crazy ex.
It's just that crazy ex. Just let me tell you right now.
Mm-hmm.
I won't tell you in front of everybody, but I'm gonna tell you.
Yes.
Because you're crazy. So let me know, because I don't want no beef with us, okay?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I saw. Ruth bad. No, bad, Ruth bad.
No, and you made it even worse for yourself, because then your partner that you came with got involved. And then she was just like, oh no, what have I done?
You opened up your big mouth.
Mm-hmm.
That's her problem. You knew when she walked and came over to you.
Yes.
And was sneaking out your door, you know she wasn't right.
You did.
You knew this.
Mm-hmm.
But you let your own emotions get in the way and made you do something that was not good.
And I think it's because she didn't really like trust Nola after that. Because
why?
When Lebo came to go spy on them, she felt violated, and then like afterwards, her and Nola had a conversation and talked about it. And she said that, you know, Lebo really loves you and you're doing this and hurting her. And she's like, what about me? If it doesn't work out for us, I bet you secretly in your mind feel like you have Lebo to go back and fall on.
Oh, I love that. But all at the same, that's the game you play with love. You can't say that everybody you love, or I love you, and at the moment you feeling all in your feelings and you loving me. Mm-hmm. But then after 6 months down the road, I may not love you like that no more. I might want to go back to Ben or Wanda. Mm-hmm. Okay? So you take a chance.
Yeah.
It's like you're playing roulette. You're taking a chance. You spin the wheel and you take a jump, but you can't be afraid that you're going to get bruised or banged up. You don't expect to play in the mines and not get spotted.
I like that.
Right?
Yeah, that is
true. That's crazy. So I'm not telling you, she let her own fears.
She really did.
This is why I told you, her own fears, and out of her fears, because they was driving her crazy and keeping her up at night, so she had to vomit them on everybody else. And that is the problem that I have with Ruth. And that's a problem that you know when you grow up and you can begin to understand these things.
That's true.
Sometimes it's not good to tell. You just don't do it no more. Mm-hmm. Period. Because she could have said, we did it, but it was only once.
Right.
It was only once,
Come on.
And he wasn't feeling me.
Yeah, got
she could have did that.
Yeah, sugarcoated.
She could have sugarcoated it. She could have, if she going to loose lips, what the flip say, loose lips sink ships. She should have just said, we did it, and it was not good. He couldn't eat. She could have.
Yeah, she could have.
But no, that guilt. Because Lebo put fear in her heart.
She did.
And I don't think it was a fear where she ain't want to fight her. But when I seen Lebo grab Nibble's hands and twisted him, and Nibble's face was all twisted and jumped up out the chair, that's a big girl.
Yes, you want him.
That's a big girl. Mm-hmm. Okay? And I guess Ruth said, I don't want no beef with you.
I understand.
But it doesn't look like Ruth would back down either, because one of Ruth's hands was like mine, like this. Like this, though.
I couldn't believe it.
And nobody does, since I have been doing this for like 35 years. Because I was doing hair.
Mm-hmm. Now, the next couple that we have to talk about.
That was good.
Yes, is another one of our favorites, which is Sika and Nick. They are also a very cute couple. We love
No, they are not.
Okay.
Oh, Sika.
Yes. Sika.
Oh, yeah. Because I was thinking about that daggone Konya.
Yes.
Oh, Lord.
Nick's mom was like, I don't approve of her, basically.
I don't approve of that. Is the one of the most narcissistic. But I wonder, what does Nick see in her? I can tell you what it is. This is another thing I peep. And this is my opinion, so don't get mad at me. Maybe in her culture, she's creme de la creme.
She's
creme de la creme. She's creme de la creme. Maybe in her culture, she's like really that girl. But in America, no.
Mm-mm. No. Especially with that ill-freighted lace front.
No, sis. Just the body, everything. And not that she's ugly. She's just not.
Hey,
But maybe in her, and I'm being fair, maybe in her culture, because that's what Isaac said. Isaac said she doesn't come with nothing but herself.
Yeah.
She thinks she's it.
She
And
does.
him, Isaac, and Nick laugh.
Yes.
But they both liked her. Because they was with her for her looks. And because that's one of the things that she got on Scissor about, her weight.
Yeah.
So she's a narcissist. And in this country, come over here looking like that.
Yes.
Dressing like that. Acting like that. Your body like that. And maybe in your culture, that's good, girl. No.
Yeah.
Wow.
Listen.
And am I wrong? Now, for the average Black woman, don't they make us feel good?
Yes, they do.
I felt home.
Yeah, I really did.
You know what I mean? But as far as Konya, no, baby. Yeah. No, baby. And I'm just giving my opinion. Because of her narcissist. Because she's like, I'm an entrepreneur.
Yes. An entrepreneur that does not put money to anything.
Don't want to pay for nothing.
So where's your entrepreneur money?
Couldn't work here. Couldn't work. It wouldn't work. It wouldn't. No. It wouldn't work. It wouldn't work. Especially the mouth she has. Just get one of them baddies. Okay.
Yeah.
You know, she need a Krishan Rock. She don't need so many of them. Yeah. It's just her mouth, the way she talked to other women. It wouldn't just be. It would be one of them calm women that you go pop. It just wouldn't work with that mouth. What do you think? Now that's a Karen for us here.
Yes.
She's definitely a Karen.
She's the Karen of the group.
Because that's what we call a Karen. Would you agree?
Yes.
So go ahead, Tom. But I had to talk about her because she don't really have a match. Because her and Isaac broke up.
Yeah.
So they were together, but they weren't together.
But with Nick and Scissor,
I love them.
Yes, they are honestly vibing, and even she got honest with him because at first she was talking about because she was the girl that says that she wasn't down for marriage, at least not just yet, and then maybe want to have kids even later down the line. So, like she had like a little conversation. She and Nick had a conversation about like marriage because he like asked her, and then she's like, "Well, do you want to get married?" And then she got a bit serious. She was like,
I'd be the wrong one.
Yep.
But he said 7 years. She was like, that's doable.
Yep. And then she was just like, just don't lead me on and get me thinking because my feelings are on the line here too, She's like, I don't want to mess up.
But she was complex to me. But I don't want to rush. So what else about her? So we love Nick. I love Nick. I love Nick. I love Nick. I love Nick coolness. I love the way Nick dressed. I love his style. He's just cool. He's just cool like that. He's cool like that. Cool like that. Cool like that. I like him.
Now, this is a couple I have a question mark next to, and that's Tabby
and Caesar.
No, Taba and Lindell or Lidl. I'm sorry.
Lindell.
Yes, I have a question mark next to these two.
Well, who is not Caesar? Israel. What was the name?
Seeker?
No, the male.
Nick?
The other one. We haven't talked about him yet. Genesis, right. Genesis, right. Thank you.
Yes, Genesis is Tabby's man.
Right, I'm got, but this is now we're talking about Linnell. I think that's his name. Okay.
Yeah, I have a question mark next to them because you can really tell that Lindell is into whoever he came with. I think he actually came here with Sika.
He came with Sika.
Yes, and when he saw Sika and Nick prancing in the yard.
She said prancing.
That's how everybody took it because Lindell took it a little personal. He was ready to cry because he was just like, I'm the only one that can hold her like that.
As a matter of fact, Linnell tells Nick, we call him Nick. We tells Nick is Konya's guy.
Yes.
He tells Nick, don't take my girl. He already got your girl.
Yeah, he does.
The fact of the matter is, I can't wait for the reunion because I know They came on the show for this very reason.
Yes, they did. I think they all are forgetting.
I think somehow they forgot that all of them gave each other a 7-week pass. Do as thy will.
Yes.
Do as thy will. But when they get there, they're so jealous. They can't see straight. The thing is the double standard, and I guess this is just with men all over the world. You can go and lay up and have sex, but if I do it, I'm a whore. You're no good. You're cheap. You're floozy. I'ma tell the world. Do your mother know what she gave birth to? All of this. But you did the same thing. And I think that is what SZA had a problem with Linnell, because she said, we're doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Right? Go ahead. I just, it's so good. It's just men. It's the concept is that.
But they did bond a little bit, because Tabby did say she used to go to the gym. So this was like a bonding.
Who is we talking about Tabby? Oh, I called her SZA. I meant to say Tabby. Yeah, Tabby.
Well, Tabby said that they got to bond a little bit at the gym, because it was good for her to like get back into like going to the gym and just, just trying to find some type of connection with Lindell. Yeah. So moving on from.
So they went to the gym.
Yeah, they did go to the gym.
So how does that deal with we're not talking about them. We're talking about Linnell and Tabby. Got it.
Yes. And speaking of which, there really wasn't much going on with them. I felt like these last couple of episodes.
I thought they were good together.
Yeah.
I think they're good. Isn't she with Genesis?
Yes, she is the one that's with Genesis. King here of Genesis. Which, speaking of Genesis, let's get back to Genesis and Courtney.
First, I had a problem. I just felt like they'd a token of the bunch. You know what it reminded me of?
What?
It reminded me putting that one black person in. It's like that's what America used to do back in the day.
Yeah,
they used to have like nobody. Only it would just, if it's an Asian, one Asian. If it was a black person, one. And usually they killed them off. Then they stopped killing them off, or they would make the Asian look stupid. But here, or they just had to have one to let you know we're not racist.
Right, so if it wasn't black, it's Indian.
Yeah, it's always something other than, or Hispanic.
Yes.
It's always, we're far diverse now. But I'm saying when I look back at this, it takes me to young America, like America 25 years ago. How about that?
Yeah.
America 25 years ago. If you go see theaters, you'll see maybe 20, I'll say 25 to 30 years ago. You go back to America, that's what they would do. They would, let me have one black person in the movie, or one Hispanic, or whatever. And out of all this darkness, this beautiful, beautiful darkness, you put in Clearwater.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense to me. It threw it off to me.
It did.
And we're going to tell you why.
Yes. However, we did briefly talk about how Courtney took a while to even open up to get to know Genesis. And yeah, really what her thing was what Genesis' thing was is that Genesis literally had to ask her straight up and point, are you attracted to me? Because he's like, I'm not sure what we got going on here.
Like, why are you with me?
Yes.
But what I like about Genesis, I think he's sweet.
Yeah.
He's like a sweet man. And he seems like gentle.
Yeah.
And he seems tender. And I don't know why he wouldn't marry Tabby. Tabby is sweet. I don't know. Maybe I don't know what the problem is. I don't know if it's finances, because I think one of them said, I think it was Tabby said that he doesn't have a car.
Oh, okay.
Was that Tabby who said that? I don't quote me. Well, you can quote me, but quote me and I'm with a question mark. I think Tabby or one of them said something about him, or one of the guys. If you know, please let me know. That doesn't have a car. But I'm gonna go back and look at the episode. So it was the episode before the last one.
Okay. And then Aiden, it's like, so, throughout the episode, sometimes a little bit of the ladies will meet up and then some of the guys will meet up. So
let me say this.
Okay.
But when I think about Courtney and Genesis, I think that Genesis would have went with Courtney if Courtney was a little bit more flexible.
Yes.
I think if you gave Genesis about another week and a half to 2 weeks, 14 days, he could have had her.
Yeah.
I'm not talking sexually. I'm talking about had more of her.
Yes.
You understand? I think if he had like 3 more weeks left, he could have did it. He moves slow and he moves easy.
At her pace.
At her pace, the way she like it. And he hear women. And he's also one of the men that has accepted if Tabby leaves, right? If Tabby leaves me for Tabby is with Nick girl. What's her name? Tonya. Kanya is with Nick. Tabby
is with Lindell.
Right.
Lindell is Sika's man.
Right. Tabby is with
Lindell.
And who's with Sika?
Sika is with Nick.
But it's the color of the braids. It's the color of the braids. They all have braids other than Konya, but I'm getting them. So anyway, what were we saying about it?
About how I was going to touch on Aiden and how Aiden had gave a little bit of good advice to Genesis about how to maneuver Courtney a little bit.
Yeah, right. Yeah, where he took nibble. I mean, not nibble. He took Lebel. Lebu. He took Lebu. He ain't want her. He ain't want Lebu. He ain't want none of them black girls, as far as you tell me. That let me have it. He ain't want none of them. But he was a good mediator.
Yes, he really was.
He was a good mediator. He was Switzerland, but he ain't get tangled. Oh, but when he looked back at it and find out that his sweet Courtney kissed Genesis and how they were getting close, because you seen them bust a tear at the end when it got real to him and he started seeing that they were out there knocking boots and doing everything couples, and he started going, oh Lord,
he was
getting nervous. So but what I liked about Courtney, she didn't care either way.
No, she really didn't.
She just was like, I think if it was just another, like give it about 14 days, not even that, maybe just 10 days more, I think he could have put his magic on her. What do you think? Because he was so gentle. That's what I feel about them. Now, who's the next one we're going to deal with?
We've briefly talked about
Ruth and Lebu.
Yeah.
Not Ruth.
Lebu.
Aiden. And Lebu.
Yeah, they are very friends only. And you know what? I honestly felt bad for him because
why?
Even though he wasn't into the experience, I just felt like Lebo ruined the experience because later on they have Lebo and Nola leave too.
Didn't he say when the day that they went out spying, he said she got stuck at one of the windows?
Yeah, he described it just like it was a story.
It's like we were having fun. We had seen them all, and she got stuck at one of the windows.
Yes. He did. He was like,
what made him think to do that? That is so horrible.
Honestly, I think it was just a little bit inside of him. He was curious about Courtney, so he was just like, yeah, let's go spy.
It is so horrible.
But I don't think he really knew how deep Lebo was into taking this spying seriously.
Because that's not, look, if they would have started asking me, did you all have sex? We're married. I don't kiss and tell.
Yeah,
we're supposed to be married. We're supposed to be here figuring this out. I don't want to tell you what we did. And I would feel that way whether we did or we didn't. That would be it. We're supposed to be married. I didn't come here. That's not my job to tell you what I did. If you're that insecure, you should never came.
Yeah.
But then I'm an American woman.
I'm
American women. That's how we Americans think. Did I say it right? American. I'm an American. And I tell you, and I love the way a lot of those African women thought, though. I mean, I thought they could be a little too hard.
Different culture.
Different culture. Like Like honestly, and I sincerely mean it, I would be a little afraid, not big afraid,
Okay.
but I would be like, if this is afraid that much, I'd be that much half afraid to talk to a man the way that Konya did.
Oh, yeah.
I would be half afraid.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if he provoked me where I have to flex, go on and flex, my love. Go on and flex. I would, but I would not, you know what I mean? It would push me.
Yeah.
Because I would feel trapped. And so because I'm not a big woman, I would just have to go like I'm like 10 feet tall, like I'm not afraid of you. And I have to put on the black girl like, what? I have to go in a place that I don't want to be. That's why I know I can't deal with a masculine man. I mean, I used to, and because I now masculine in the sense of I don't want to say aggressive.
Oh, okay.
So let me rephrase it. I don't want to deal with an overly aggressive male with too much testosterone.
So toxic masculine.
Yeah, I wouldn't, because I would like a man more tender, and I can only go by what they show me. It's tender like Nick, and tender like Genesis.
Yes.
I couldn't deal with the rest of them. I couldn't, because I don't want to be aggressive, and I don't want to be with anybody that want to bring that out in me. And that's what I'm afraid of with Nick. If he stays with Konya, he's going to become like Konya. And I want him to leave Konya.
Yeah.
And because his mother don't want him to be with Konya. And if you can't trust your mom, then why is she in your business?
That's true.
So go ahead.
Yes. Now, speaking of Kanya and Isaac.
They had sex.
Yes, they definitely
did.
They
could say what she could say what she want.
The cameras definitely gave us the whole scene.
They even closed, he pooted us away and closed the door. You seen the
hands on the booty cheeks.
Hair was all wet.
Next day, she fixing it up.
Hair rolled back. The glue. She should have taken some with her.
I don't know where her entrepreneur money is for that, but she could have really gotten that one glued
So
down.
she didn't do that, and she certainly walked around for a good part of the thing with her hair looking jacked like
they were there for
up.
about 6 weeks.
Well, I don't know how long she went for a while before she had her hair done, because you saw her hair like that a lot. As a matter of fact, when she went out to dinner, I was cringing like she's. And I'm like, they're not saying nothing, like my mind. Woo.
But with Kanya and Isaac, right?
Yes.
Isaac was really feeling Kanya, and it was, like you said, just for her looks. But then
it was what we said.
Yeah, that's what we saw.
That's the way it presented it to me.
But when he finally introduced him to his introduced Kanya to his family, before Ruth got to meet his family, they really peaked Kanya's game.
Yes, they did.
Yes. They were just like, she doesn't clean, she doesn't cook.
We can have a maid for that. Or we can have a chef. They're like, chef?
Right.
Where that money coming from?
Right, she living large.
I'm not used to a man not taking care of me. I'm an entrepreneur.
Yes, he's a good cleaner.
I only date men that take care of me. Yes. That's my business.
Like you say, I don't know labor.
I don't know labor, and labor don't know me. I get by on my luck. I'm not saying she's unattractive, not at all. No,
she's not the standard for her country.
I am not saying, but I'm just saying from what I peep, she is high standard, meaning to be with her. It's like the creme de la creme. It would never fly over here. She would certainly get her feelings hurt on so many levels. It's scary, especially on the body thing.
Yeah,
because she's got that dimples, and that would not fly. Am I wrong? No.
But yes. So after they met after she met the family, and he went home and talked to her, and he was just like, "So, what do you consider a good wife?" And then she's just like, I don't know. I know about being a good girlfriend, but I don't know what a good wife is.
Remember when he came home and he saw that there was 4 plates, and he said, How many people you have over here eating? You didn't do nothing. She says, if it bothers you, darling, you do them. You clean them. He was like,
Yes. And it's just like you're going to get an attitude because you chose to do the dishes. And I didn't tell you to do them.
And he said when he go to the market, she give him a list. And I go to the mall and I pick up everything she wants. She doesn't even want to buy food. I was done.
Yes.
I was done.
He was so done that I think he went back and apologized to Lebo for not picking her.
What?
Yeah. Because Lebo had picked Isaac, and Isaac did not pick her in return. He picked Kanya.
Who?
Isaac.
Right. What about him now?
Yes. He had picked, Lebo had picked him. Like this was back in episode 3 when they were picking who they wanted to have a trial marriage with. Lebo had picked Isaac, but Isaac didn't pick her in return.
He would probably have been better with.
Yes.
But he was going for the smaller woman probably. Mm-hmm. Because Ruth is small. She's not small, but compared to them, she's small.
Yes.
Like even though Konya have a nice side, she's like thick. What they call it?
Slim thick.
Slim thick. Yeah, she's slim thick.
Yeah, but the only thing I really have to say is that Isaac had then went back and apologized to Lebo. I guess not really for not picking her, but I guess
understanding. I feel sorry for what you have to deal with, bro.
Yes, but at the very end, that was pretty much how he felt. He was pretty much done with Kanya after that.
You take her to meet your family. You didn't even take Ruth to do this, but you take her to meet the family. And they're like, no, they didn't say it, but you don't cook. You like to eat.
Yeah.
You work. She's an entrepreneur. So the reason why we said, because we think it's funny that when they were saying, I'm an entrepreneur.
Yes, she said it so
funny.
Many times.
So many times it was redundant. It was funny.
It was.
And I told you, didn't I? She said she's an entrepreneur. That means she ain't making no money. And if she is,
who knows what she's spending?
Who knows? Well, I'm sure she's spending on living, but Nick been taking care of her. So I'm just saying she'll just leave him, and the way that Kanya is talking, you would think her and Nick been together for 3 years. They only been together for 1. This let me know this woman is saying, you got to go. If you ain't ready to give me what I want. And I noticed out of the rings, when she used to talk bad about him, I know I'm just skipping. The ring he gave her was a pretty decent size.
I bet.
But Genesis' ring was very small. And his girl is Tabby. She loved it.
Well, something about Kanya is the fact that even though, forget that. Isaac. You remember Isaac, right?
Isaac belonged to Ruth.
And here's the problem with Ruth. Now I could understand why her guiltiness was coming inside. Okay. Because she talked about how she mentioned it to her family when she had brought her trial man. I forget.
Aiden?
No, I'm trying to think who.
I can help you if I know what we at.
Hold on, I'm trying to. Kanya. No, it wasn't Kanya. Ruth.
Just tell me the story.
Ruth had brought Nola, to meet some of her friends and family, and she opened up about how Isaac is small, and she really doesn't feel him in bed. So now that she's having,
who said that?
Ruth, that Isaac is not large, and so when they have sex, I guess she's not pleasured by him.
Then why would you want to marry him?
I don't know. So now that she's getting some...
She wanted it. That's why she said, I won't apologize. I don't know what they call small. Let me just leave that alone. I don't know, because my mind sees things. And I don't understand what she calls small. Now, what I know. I'll take another look.
Okay.
Because they famous for wearing them printed pants and all that.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know.
Yeah, but that was pretty much it for these 3 episodes.
So,
good.
But I thought that her problem was with Isaac was the fact that Isaac, they lived distance. So he wasn't there to pleasure her.
I think that too. I do believe that is the same couple that was a long distance relationship.
Yeah, that is. That is the only one.
Yeah. So on top of that, I guess when they do come to like meet each other, like hang out, when they do have sex, it's not the best.
Well, maybe he needs to find the right condition to put her in to make her at least think it longer, thicker. I don't know,
Yeah.
girthy. I don't know. I don't know about these things. Yeah. But I thought I heard that, but I thought I took it as to mean he's not around. Because she said, I'm not going to feel sad or bad or apologize that I slept with slept with Noah. Why? Because I needed it. I was like, girl, go ahead, girl, Ruth. Go ahead. You won me.
Exactly.
You won me, Ruth.
You really did need that.
Ruth said, I needed it. And I'm not going to, I apologize for hurting you. I apologize for it to get out the way it did, but I will not apologize for the romp and the hate that man gave me. And yes, I took as much as I could get. And I loved her for that because that was real. Yeah. And unscripted. Mm-hmm. I like that. And there's a couple of moments that I felt unscripted when we get back the next time. We may go into the other part. So what else do you have for us today? Did we go up all couples?
Yes, we did. I forget, but I believe Kanya is the oldest. I think she's I might be misquoting, but I believe she's the one that's 32.
Well, how old is SZA?
I don't know, in her late 20s.
Then how old is Nibble? I thought she was the mother of them all.
She looks like she could be a mother.
How old is she?
I'm not sure, but I think the only reason why I heard the age difference is because I think it was her and Isaac having a conversation. And I think Isaac said he's 28 and she's 32. So like, and I think that was another problem that he was having because like she's like older.
Well, how old did they have their ages?
No, they did not have their
ages. Now, see, I ain't fooling with them.
But okay, I overheard the conversation, but I will try to see if I can find that online.
In the name of love.
Okay.
She'll go there. So, but you know that about that couple.
Yeah, just that couple in particular. I don't know anybody else's age.
Okay.
So I was like, oh.
Okay, I can deal with that. So, Is there anything that stand out that you think you want to add to this? Very good. Please follow it. We hope we did a good job by delivering it. As you see, I have a problem with Konya. Is her name Konya? Mm-hmm. I have a problem with her.
Yes.
But like I said, if we said anything that is offensive, we apologize. It's just our opinion. I just think they're all bold for going on and sharing their lives. My thing is, if it was a Mari Kids show, they would have counselors because those two hosts are not good counselors, but they need counselors in times like this.
Yes, they do.
They needed some counseling that needed to be there. However, without the counseling, it's like, oh, baby, I like it raw.
Yeah.
Oh, baby, I like it raw. I thought it was very good without all of the trimmings. But they did have the bodyguards. Mm-hmm. And before we go, I got to talk about that when I thought Nibble fell.
Oh, that was
a Nibble. That was Noel.
Wow. Mm-hmm.
Noel. I think, did he fall? We'll talk about that tomorrow.
Okay.
So anyway, we loved it. We hope we did a good job by bringing it to you. It's just so much. It's packed. It's filled with. So please watch it. Please.
Yes.
Say catch up with us
for the reunion on the 24th.
Oh yes. So please watch it. And with that,
yes.
With that, you ready?
Yes.
Sunflowers.